Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode. And I know I say that a lot, but this is number 69. And I think we're all aware how much of a sexual number that is with all ages. And it had me thinking, the guy that invented latex must have been so proud. You know, he must have been thinking, oh, God, the military capabilities for the uniforms, for underwater travel, all for it just to get used by German people to shit on each other. We must have all seen this.
What's all this about?
Oh, it is weird. This creep needs to be found and arrested. This hashtag pedo was seen on national television at the Snooker World Championship being extremely inappropriate with a minor. This is sickening. This actually happened in my hometown, Sheffield, where the World Championships of Snooker are held, the Crucible, every year. So I've actually been on this camera before, and I wish I had a video of it. You know, you go to the things called the Peace Gardens, and they have snooker tables set up, and all the presenters and stuff, they sit there and they go, "Oh, Ronnie, oh, you," and you stand behind them and you kiss your kid and nibble their ear. But I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say something. I don't want to upset anybody, but also I don't give a fuck if you're upset. You know, everyone seems to have made up their mind, even the person posting this video, that this guy's a paedophile. And the whole of Twitter really just jumped on that. And now this guy's just a sexual offender. To me, it just looks like this is his son. And daddy's on some weird shit that should probably stay at home, not be on live TV broadcast to the nation. And I saw one Twitter post, it's actually been deleted now, that kind of just doxed this guy. This should just been posted straight away because he's actually from Milan, Italy. So that just clears the whole of the mist off the horizon, doesn't it? It's easy to add one-on-one and know that this guy is Italian. I could have told you that before somebody released every single bit of personal information about him. Have you ever spoke to Italians? I mean, they eat ice cream with little spoons. The guy must be thinking, I've lost my job. I'm not going to work ever again. You got to tell the kid, you got to sit him down and go, listen, that little antic that I pulled at the snooker, I mean, it has fucking ruined our life. I know I don't abuse you, but we're going on the street and you will be abused, I'm sure. He must be saying, why couldn't you just smile a little bit more, man? Why couldn't you just look like you were enjoying it? People might have thought you were my Italian girlfriend, not my 14-year-old son. And I love this as well. It says gender, pedophile, all right? It's not gender, but there's a lot of genders now. Maybe I'm not in touch with all the new additions. Race, either Jewish or white. I don't know why that needed to be specified. People want to be the hero in the most pitiful way. Because if something's happening in public, you're on a bus and some female's getting attacked by some homeless monster, these people are looking at the floor, not making eye contact, but in the online coliseum, oh my gosh, they're gladiators, these people. Let's find out where he lives. The police are already involved. Let's tell everybody his height, his full name, where he lives, and his fucking blood type. Somebody that is quite, in my mind, he's just not a paedophile. I don't know how to say it. It's like describing a colour. I mean, he may very well be fucking this child, and I could be completely wrong. But, you know, I don't know. It's not really getting me that riled up like it is a lot of people. Have you ever seen these nonce hunter videos? And they are great, but those aren't normal people either. They're people that are pretending to be 12-year-old girls on the internet full time. You can't be a functioning member of society and go to work after you've just played dress up, you know, as Tina. Hey, Dave, you want to go grab a beer after work? And Dave's like, I'm only 12. I can't drink. Dave, come on. We're all done. We've caught him. Yeah, he's been arrested. Let's go for a beer. My name's Lisa. But I'm not going to deny this is strange, by the way. And I'm not backing him up because I've been sexually abused and this is my family member or anything like that. He probably did have this kid on a leash as well until he was a teenager. And I used to be on a leash as well. So listen, if you're on a leash for your developmental years, when you turn 20, you start yearning for it. I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot of comfort. You know, I can't even go out in public without a belt around my neck most days. Yeah, I mean, this guy's probably lost his job. I mean, I think he might be. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Thought I just saw him lurking at the back again just before the end. Not sure. Please check BBC Sports. How crazy is that? Like, BBC Sports are like, oh shit, we got an email. He's back. Like he's a ghost wandering around the set, kissing boys' ears. Teacher, 26, charged with sexually abusing 15-year-old boy she met at church, long attended by Bill Clinton. I mean, whoo! It should be lady rapes 15-year-old boy as well, by the way. It was always the fit ones that get caught, and I don't think it's the ugly ones that are getting news articles written about them because the boys aren't bragging about it to the mates. Because let's be honest, if you're 15-year-old getting head from a teacher, you're scribbling it on every single surface that you can find. And there's no denying that she's beautiful, all right? A lot of things can be true, okay? She's a predator. She's attractive. She's got beautiful blonde hair. She's attractive. Can you imagine being Bill Clinton as well, by the way? Like, you're doing so well the last 20 years of your life, not being involved in sexual abuse and predatory behavior. And then the fit girl at the church you used to visit 40 years ago fucks a kid, and your name's all over the news again, connected to this shit. Men cannot read a story like this and not put themselves in the shoes of the kid. Every single time. Let's just look through the comments. And even I do this, all right? Listen, I'm not perfect. She caused so much damage to that child. Think of all the elbow pain from the high-fiving. And I've heard that joke before, you know. So, well done, mate. That's a good one. And then this one, I actually had to take a photo of this comment, just in case this guy woke up in the morning or had an orgasm and realized that he's a complete freak. Right? Look at this. So bear in mind, this is a 15-year-old boy. This abuse started it when he was 11 years old. Let's see what Eurasian Emperor has to say. This was consensual, by the way. You don't just get your dick sucked in a car as a male and Snapchat her without knowing what you're doing. Odds this kid is above 6 foot and 200 pounds are high. That's not a child. That's a Roman soldier. The infantilization of modern society is a feminist psyop that's been ongoing for decades. The thing that made me really laugh was this odds this kid is above 6 foot and 200 pounds are high. What is it with these red pill guys where height and weight are so important? Being under 200 pounds is victim weight, and being above 6 foot is desirable, okay? But just being over 6 foot doesn't allow you to be raped, okay? People really can't understand that this lady is a predator, and you know she's obviously attracted to younger boys. They don't see that. They just see like, oh, you know, this guy. I'd be having a great time if this was me. This guy would be having a great time, and it's not true. It can really fuck kids up. You know, we have limits on this sort of crazy activity for a reason. But having said that, if I could be that kid, I would be. So I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm only allowed to talk like this and have these opinions because I jerked off 30 minutes ago. So I've not fucking got that brain mulch. I read stories like this and I'm thankful for equality, for women that are in high places, places of power, places in leadership roles, in groups where they can go, can you stop thinking with your dick for a second? But I'll tell you what, it is very stimulating for all the 50-year-olds in the comments of any single thing that this is posted on. I need to keep bringing this up, but this is an article of a 15-year-old boy being sexually abused, right? This is the comment from this guy. Back in the late 60s, I had a junior high teacher who was a solid 10 and then some. She used to dress unbelievably provocative for the time. And she loved to write on the chalkboard. She loved to write on the chalkboard, everyone. Drove us young boys wild. And I'm pretty sure she was aware that sometimes her hand would be trembling as she wrote, and she left small perspiration. All right, I'm fucking retarded. And she left perspiration prints on the chalkboard. ... Yep. That wasn't anywhere near as cool as this kid's encounters. Can you imagine having a jovial little chat, posting a little comment, a paragraph long, under a child's human trafficking news article? Back when I was a kid, I always wanted to explore the world. You would see children on the back of the milk cartons, and I would yearn for that attention of being missing. Never had a chance to explore the world. Only went to Blackpool for a few holidays. Yep, that wasn't anywhere near as cool as these kids' encounters. You wouldn't do that, would you? That'd seem a little bit tasteless. The kind of class where you need to wait for everyone to leave before you get up from your desk. That's just classic, that, isn't it? Let's see if you... Yes, I used to pray that she'd rape me. Like, how can you not fucking write that, read it, and click send and think, I'm embarrassing my whole bloodline. I've got grandchildren. I'm embarrassing them. Yes, I used to pray that she'd rape me, and I'm pretty sure every boy that ever saw Miss Rodriguez with her platinum blonde hair and huge natural accoutrements prayed for the same thing. We were all 11 and 13. Holy moly. They need to strap some electrodes to these men. Get them wrapped around their genitals, and let's measure the electrical activity that's coming out of their cock when they read a story like this, because they're not thinking about anything other than themselves in that position. But I understand, you know. But this happens with a few other things, right? English people cannot let anybody speak about Thailand without mentioning ladyboys. Try it, please. I'm guilty of doing this as well. If someone says they've been on holiday to Thailand, one question about the weather, then boom, the topic will be on transgenders, ladyboys for the next 20 minutes. Everyone's brain is so broken. The porn has broken everybody. Nobody can just have a conversation about a country. And granted, it is known for its ladyboys, isn't it? It's like that Wikipedia game, though. Have you ever played that where you try and get to Hitler in less than 5 goes? Ah, sweet memories. Growing up in the same time period, I was happy to have those types of experiences. Better than today when a 12-year-old hops on Pornhub, is inundated with unrealistic scenarios and expectations. Ah, yeah. But you're happy to have the experiences of fantasizing about your teacher raping you. Hey, that's not a completely unrealistic fantasy. I'm frightened to death to open this to see what he's responded. Thumbs up. That's just a classic emote from an oldie. Boom, the thumbs up like that. And I find it very passive aggressive if some old fuck replies to me with a thumbs up. I think they think they're blending in. Boom, have an emoji like that. I'm looking cool with the kids, but you're not. You're being passive aggressive. A thank you. I appreciate that. Would have been a lot more nicer than putting a thumbs up. I'm going to push you down the stairs, you geriatric fuck. This all happened at a church, by the way, that this young lady was gallivanting around. You know, it won't be the worst thing that's ever happened in this building, I guarantee. Bill Clinton was also a member here. How flagrant in front of the Lord Almighty to do this. It's always weird, isn't it? It's always extra weird when it's in the church. It's like you're the guys that really shouldn't be doing it. And they have the added weight of believing that hell is real. And if you believe that hell is real, how can you do these sinful molestation practices? Well, it's just what happens. I mean, the church is a funny place. They all talk about gambling problems and don't get addicted to gambling. But I've read before that if you donate to the church, you will receive it back tenfold. What about the guy that keeps donating his life savings to the church and is yet to get a penny back? Well, ladies and gentlemen, another successful episode. A live performance that will go unrivaled until next week when I do it all over again. Everybody's happy with this, including myself. I think I strive further and leap higher than anybody else on the platform. So I hope you enjoyed the hyper super sexual number 69 episode of Tremelo Nights. Ah!